So proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight here and there, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Repeat back with you, and it's another Sunday night. That means it's time for the turn down for what iRacing Truck Series tonight. It is live from Kansas Motor Speedway, and man, I tell you what, this is going to be a phenomenal race. Of course, whole lot of high side action transitioning from day into night, as you just saw, as everything went dark. Lights are on. Qualifying is getting underway, so let's go ahead and clear the board. Looks like about 78-degree air temp, and just about, oh, what I see there, I thought I saw a little bit of a difference between the air and the track, but actually looking pretty good. So should be a great race. So again, let's go ahead and clear these boards right quick, and let's get ready to roll. Definitely hope everybody out there as well. Brandon Gruber, thank you very much for the sub. Absolutely big thanks, and welcome aboard yet again. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up your scoring pylon. Make sure you know exactly where everybody is. How about we catch right up with the one and only Byron Jones out here in his Jones P&D number 19. Looks like this is going to be his warm-up lap. So flyer now underway. Down on the bottom, going up high into 1 and 2. Get that great arc. He's going to keep it high, wide, and handsome. Try to keep that truck wound up, and see what his second lap is like, or see if he gets to gets to bring it down to the bottom. We'll see. Michael McDowell says, due to PC issues, won't be on track tonight, but I'll be here with you all night. Well, Mike, definitely appreciate that. I'm glad that you're there to root everybody, including your dad, on, as you always do. So far, Kenny Lind in the 57. He's going to go to the top of the boards with a 31.02. Looks like Ed McMuffin Robertson, he's also out here on track in the 64, keeping up there with Byron Jones just a moment ago. Right now, he's sitting P12 as Ed brings it on down to the apron, cross that start stripe, and it looks like Ed Robertson right now is going to go P2 right behind the new pole sitter, or provisional pole sitter, Cole Snyder. I'll drop on down with Chris Weaver possibly in his Fox 50 machine. He's actually a photojournalist here in the Carolinas for Channel 8 News. So good to see him. How about Brad Slagle in his 052 right now? Looks like he's sitting P19. Let's see if we can't catch up with somebody. How about Mike Allen possibly? There we go. Mike Allen in this number 29. As he's way down on the bottom, gonna let it wash up towards the wall, carry a little bit of speed up and off the corner, down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, and it really looks like he's got that thing settled on the bottom. Should be a pretty good lap for Mike Allen here. Let's see, down across onto the apron and across the start stripe, and I'm not quite sure where that put him. No, actually put him P34. We do have 45 guys that are attempting to qualify this evening. How about we catch up with Brandon Groover right now, as he would be the 42nd person to go ahead and take time. And that number 55 Silverado, Groover comes across the start stripe, start P37. How about Anthony Lane in his number 83 Silverado? Yo, I mentioned a little bit ago that Jones P&D was out there a bit ago. Well, Jones P&D actually did this scheme for Anthony Lane. Looking pretty good so far. If you need any kind of scheme, make sure you go on over to Jones P&D on Twitter. Jones, Jones, P spelled out and A-N-D-D. So Jones P&D on Twitter, and tell him I sent you. All right, but yes, so far it looks like Anthony Lane, this will be his power lap. So let's see what he's got here for Q. Right now, Jake Millsap is sitting in the 43rd position. Jim Duda just also went out on track to take his time. Right now, Jim Duda shows to be P44. I believe we're going to have 43 truckers tonight. So 2, I believe, go home. I could be wrong. And as Anthony Lane comes across the start stripe, it's going to put him 44th. Jim Duda right now 45th. And let's see how his lap is. Jim Duda, oh, nope, actually Jim Duda went to P3 on the boards. Big jump for Jim Duda in that 053. So Anthony Lane actually looks like he is still out here. So this might have been his money lap right here. Ooh, that was going to be close. So is it Jake Millsap and Anthony Lane that do not qualify? Let's take a look here. As you see the scoring pylon scrolling through all the drivers that will make the race. Down to 40th with Robert Amaral. And then, yeah, there you go. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready to grid them up. Let's take a look at that. All right, so Austin Collins in P number 1 with Jared Duda to his outside. Jim Duda in that 053, going to sit P3. My leaderboard says Rockingham. You know what? You are 100% right. I apologize. Let's go ahead and get that fixed right now. Not quite sure how that happened, but okay. There we go. All right, you know what? While I'm there, I might as well check one other thing as well, just to make sure I am completely on point. This should be the NAV 120, not the NAV 125. For some reason, my update earlier did not catch. But there we go. Now we are now we're 100% straight. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Campbell. All right, so as I was saying, Jim Duda in that 053 with Dylan Chappell Sr. sitting P4. P5 is going to be Evan Knopp in the 63 and Cole Snyder from Pennsylvania in the 24. P7 is going to be Chase McGuire in the 79 with Andrew Chapman in the 25. Andrew very, very fast in practice, sitting P8. P9, Justin Burden in the 51 with the 14. Nate Lehman to his outside. Nate right now sitting P2 in overall series points. Byron Jones in that number 19 sitting 11th with Zach Meredith. Old Billy Meredith in the 17 sitting P12. P13 looks like it's going to be Jacob Palmer in the 39 with Brad Rivers to his outside in the 15. 15th is going to be Ed McMuffin Robertson in the 64 with Dave Mayo in the 08 to his outside. Charlie Mosley Jr. in the 89 with Kenny Lind. Then we've got Jordan Anderson with Elijah White. Giovanni Klein with Mike Carter. John Osborne with Zach Groover to his outside. That's going to round out the top 24. 25th looks like it is, as soon as my system wants to play well. There we go. It's going to be Tyler Brynock in the 62 with Old Stout Whiskey in the 1 sitting 26. 27th is going to be Dale Rapp in the 52 with Brandon Groover in the 55. 28. 29th, Davey Weaver in that 28 with Mike Miller in the 30th. Mike Allen in that 29. 31st, Josh Arnold 32nd. Brad Slagle in the 052, 33rd. Mike Campbell Jr., old Papa Bear himself, in the 71, sitting 34th. 35th is going to be Claire Murphy in the deuce with Chris Weaver to his outside. And here is the rest of your field. All right, so let's go ahead and clear the boards. And go ahead and bring your scoring pylon back up. Let's go ahead and get ready to go, because these guys, I'm sure they cannot wait to fire off. All right, coming off of turns 3 and 4.
Green, green, green.
And we are going green. Let's go. First full lap, and Andrew Chapman's going to lead him across the line. So great job by Andrew Chapman for gaining a point right there and starting this race off the right way. Again, the man was very, very fast in the first practice. So good job by him. Make sure that make sure that I'm seeing things the right way. Nope, I don't think that I am seeing things the right way. All right, give me 1 second. There we go. I think something's going on here. I knew something was wrong when it was showing me the running order. There we go. Now I think we're all caught up. So the 053 of Jim Duda is actually leading the way right now, with Jared Duda right behind, Evan Knopp, Austin Collins, Chase McGuire. That's going to be the top 5. And how about Jim Duda from the lead? He just went purple, posting the fastest time so far this evening on lap number 3 of the 30.85, 30.86 for Jared, Evan Knopp, and everybody else really absolutely hauling the mail. Challenge for the lead here, 053 on the bottom. So the Duda's really getting after it. 1 up high, 1 down low. You got the 63 of Evan Knopp. He wants a piece of this. And then, of course, the 74 for Austin Collins. And I tell you what, that Toyota in that matte black, he's got the 25 with Andrew Chapman and Chase McGuire right behind. They're side by side. Cole Snyder and Dylan Chappell, they're also side by side. So a whole lot of action still going on. If these guys get down to green flag pit stops, that's really where you'll start to see a whole lot of separation for these drivers, because the entrance onto the travel to your pit stop as well as the dance to get off the pit road, that is that's really where we start to see a lot of separation happen. But also, it's going to happen here on track as well when these guys are running their different lines, maybe burning their stuff up, going through whatever they've got to go through in order to try to make their way to the front. So we had a pretty good 2 weeks off. First week, of course, I did a little bit of a vacation, and the second week, of course, was Memorial Day. Hopefully, if you made it to the Coke 600, hopefully your driver won, old C. Bell. I was there as well as a lot of the people here in the Turnout for What iRacing Truck Series, or the Turnout for What community in general. Were actually were there. Pretty good race all the way through. Got a little strung out, a couple cautions, but for the most part, it was actually a pretty good race. Look at Evan Knopf and Jared Duda side by side. Evan tried coming on down just a little bit of side draft. Tried to slow the 53 down. He should have a decent amount of momentum. Oh, that was almost bad. If that 53 had just a little bit more of a run, caution number 1 could have possibly flown. Speaking of caution number 1, looks like caution 1 is on the track, working lap number 9. Possibly have something to do with Elric George in the back. So what do you say we go back, find out what happened with that driver, and we'll go from there. It looks like Giovanni Klein also jumped to the pit, so let's see if we can't get some information here. We'll go ahead and back this up the old-fashioned way. So far, I'm not getting a replay. So, nope, it doesn't look like I'm gonna have a replay for this. So what do you say we try to reach out to the one and only Justin Henniskog, who has taken time away from being behind the wheel, and he's gonna go ahead and operate the admin tower for the evening. Let's see if we can bring him on up here right quick and get a word on caution number 1. Justin, it's Repeat up in the booth, but you got a quick copy in the tower.
Yes, sir. All
right, Justin, I apologize. I know you're a busy man, especially with this caution. I unfortunately didn't get a replay. Can you walk us through a little bit of what happened here, what brought out caution number 1?
Well, it looks like from the little debacle they had on the backstretch before the caution, but it looks like everybody was just scrambling in turn 3 and 4, and they kind of ran out of room. It looks like a racing deal, to be honest.
Gotcha. All right, buddy. I appreciate you. I'll get you back on down. And again, thanks for taking time away from the wheel to put on the admin hat for once. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Again, that is Justin Henniskog. Flexing some admin powers, I guess you could say. No, I'm just teasing. But all right, let's see if we can't get a hold of Jared Duda right quick and see how he's feeling in this race with just 9 laps underway now. But Jared, it's Repeat up in the booth, but you got a quick copy from the lead there in the 53.
Yep, I got you.
All right, Jared. So 53 looked pretty good, both you and the 053. The 63 tried a little bit of side drafting. Y'all really keeping it clean for the first 10 laps. What do you think about the track so far? How's your truck feel? And can you go grab those checkers later on?
Yeah, it's the goal to go grab a checker. I mean, we have speed. There's a few other fast guys in the field here today. Overall, the track, right away, it's pretty draft heavy. So we'll see what it looks like when we get deep in the tire wear run.
Speaking of a tire wear run, in practice, you had a pretty good long run. What, if you don't mind me asking, what were the tires like? How far can you go on a set of tires? How far can you go on fuel?
We're a little over 30 laps on fuel, so it'd probably be about the same on tires. You can run them tires pretty hard for pretty long, but in practice I didn't get to really see if they fall off hard or if they just keep up with the field.
All right, Jared, I definitely appreciate you. Good luck. Keep the shiny side up of that Duda's racing machine, and we'll catch you a little bit later on.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, one more time. Jared Duda, pilot of the number 53 Toyota TRD machine, currently sitting P1, up one spot from where he qualified. And as always, we definitely wish him well as we get him back on down with the rest of Duda Racing. So again, Evan Knopp is going to be P2, Andrew Chapman P3, Jim Duda P4, Byron Jones up 6 spots right now to P number 5, Jacob Palmer. Looks like Justin Burden, Ed Robertson, Elijah White, Dave Mayo is going to round out the top 10. And it looks like most from 14th on back decide to come on down pit road, grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, top it off with that Sunoco Virtual E15 fuel, and come on back out. All right, so going through turns 3 and 4. Let's get ready to set them free yet again. Barney's got the green flag up. Let's roll.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. All right, so the 053, he's going to hold the lead. So again, if he didn't lead before officially, now he did under green flag circumstances, so he's got that point. 63 again, Evan Knopp and Andrew Chapman now in that Coca-Cola number 25, the 053 for Jim Duda. He's trying to put a little bit of pressure on that Body Armor 63 machine as well. See if he can't get that truck high, wide, and handsome. Speaking of high, wide, and handsome, how about the 53 of Justin Burden really trying to make that line work? They're going to be 3 wide. We have legitly got a 7-truck battle for the lead back to Ed Robertson right here in this number, mostly unsponsored, number 64, I should say. But yeah, Ed Robertson always very, very fast. Let's see if we can get on up there and get something done. Ed Robertson was the driver's spotlight driver for the turn down for what iRacing Truck Series last week. He said Kansas, he's actually pretty good at it, but his favorite track is actually Darlington and the old Atlanta. But he feels pretty good about this track this evening, and I'm sure as the night rolls on, he'll be pretty good. Jacob Palmer back here in this number 39 SIAPS. Looks like Ford F-150. He's got the 48 of Elijah White right up his tailgate, really shoving him into turns 1 and 2 as they cross the start stripe. As right now for the lead, they are side by side for 3 rows. Evan Knopp, Jared Duda, Andrew Chapman, and Jim Duda. Justin Burden and Andrew Chapman. Andrew Chapman kind of falling back just a little bit. I'm sorry, that was Jared Duda and Evan Knopp, not Andrew Chapman. Kind of reading back in the pack just a little bit. What a squeeze! Woo! 053 pushing that 63 all the way into 125, making a little bit of contact with the 053. 053 just came down just a little bit. No harm, no foul. Able to save it, going down the backstretch. All right, so we left off at Elijah White. How about Cole Snyder in this number 24 Pizza and Wings podcast? Looks like Ford F-150 also. Cole right now down 5 spots. Cole and a bunch of the old J-PA Army, as they used to call it back in console days. A bunch of them went to Charlotte this past weekend. I didn't know it until it was actually time to go. Otherwise, we definitely would have tried to catch up with them all. Let's take a look if we can. Let's see. Cole's in a Ford. Trying to look at that 48. That 48 for Elijah White's looking pretty good. Old Top Gun throwback, maybe. There it is. Top Gun Maverick. So it's actually the new movie. If you have not seen that movie yet, make sure you go on out and check it out. It's absolutely really, really good. Glad that they waited until that the script and everything was going to be just right, rather than rushing through it, getting it done, and just to complete it. It's actually a really, really good movie. I've watched it many, many times. This looking from Elijah's nose up towards the Pizza and Wings podcast number 99 rather, for Dylan Chappell Sr. Hello. God bless the troops. F the politicians. Okay, why not? All right, this is from Zach Meredith's Pizza and Wings podcast. As you see him in his hood and the rest of the field in front of him. And let's take a look behind him and the cast of the Pizza and Wings podcast as they adorn the backside of this truck. Looking at the rest of the field as he goes into turns 1 and 2, field very, very spread out. All right, so what do y'all say we do a little bit of a crank it up session? We'll start up front with our leaders as they got a good little battle going right now. Still the 25 and the 53. 53, Jared Duda, Andrew Chapman in that 2-5. And they are all over each other. Can the 63 of Evan Canapa do something up on the high side? Not this time round. 53 trying to hold it off the wall. And the more the 25 runs up like that, the more the 53 has to put just a little extra wheel into it. And that would absolutely burn out that right front. But now Andrew Chapman's got the lead all to himself. He's going to come across the start stripe, gain a point for himself, and move on. All right, let's go through the field. All right, so a few of the sights and sounds for Kansas Motor Speedway in this NAV 120 Network Alliance for Veterans. Big thank you to Lieutenant Colonel Cecil Ross for picking up the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series for the full entire season. Ladies and gents, if you need any kind of assistance, if you are a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, whatever it may be, if you need any kind of assistance, please reach out to Cecil Ross at cfrossnav@yahoo.com. Go on over, let them know that the Turn Out for What iRacing Truck Series sent you, that you've got some questions. Maybe you're just newly departed from the service and you need some help with transitioning back into civilian life. Maybe you need some help getting some companies to notice you, working on your resume, working on your interviewing skills, working on trying to find a job in general. Maybe you need hopefully as a last resort, hopefully you need maybe you need shelter information. Maybe you're going through a bout of depression and you need to talk to somebody. Please reach out. Make sure you do. Don't be one of those 22 a day statistics. There we go. No, send me a message. Send me a whisper on Twitter or right through here on Twitch. Whatever you need, please reach out. Again, CFROSS NAV for Network. I'm sorry. Network Alliance for Veterans. Sorry about that. A little bit of a issue right there. But Network Alliance for Veterans. Again, make sure you reach out for any kind of assistance that you may need anywhere around the country. Lieutenant Colonel Cecil is there to help. All right, so let's get back on up to see what we got going on. I know we had a decent little battle going on for the lead, but it looks right now Andrew Chapman's got a good half second over P2, Jared Duda, Evan Knopf, Jim Duda, as they are nose to tail. Byron Jones back here in the 19, and then in 64 of Ed McMuffin Robinson. All right, so let's take a look at some lap times here, see exactly how they've been doing. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. As it actually looks like the 63 to 19 going to be among the first few to come on down pit road. Grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Good. So it looks like green flag stops are now underway. Looks like the system's kind of having a little bit of an issue keeping up with who the leader is. So looks like Andrew Chapman into 25. There he is. Sorry, the scoring pylon's a little confused at the moment, but it looks like we are doing okay. Andrew Chapman, though, sitting P1, and he's going to go ahead and lock him up. Come on down pit road. And that's going to hand the lead over to Jared Duda. Jim Duda right behind him. And then again, Ed McMuffin Robertson right now sitting P3. Justin Burton back here running high, wide, and handsome in that 51 with Zach Billy Meredith right behind with the one and only 5. I just saw him a moment ago of Mike Miller. Looks like the Dudas have decided to go on down pit road, both Jared and Jim. So Ed Robertson, he's going to go ahead and grab a point for leading a lap. So he should be coming down here pretty soon. Ed is the last one of the leaders that did not pit back on lap number 10. As caution's going to fly. This is going to go ahead and trap a bunch of people down. Looks like something, Michael LeBlanc may have something to do with this. So what do you say we go on back, find out exactly what this is, and we'll roll from there. All right, so let's switch on over to our chase camera. Here is the 41 racechoice.com Ford F-150 for Mike LeBlanc. Let's play this out. There's the 52, Dale Rapp, old gray and in the way, as it says on the back of his truck. Watching some come up and off pit road. Here comes the 82, myfox8.com. That's one of the Weavers up there. 63 down low, so they're 3 wide. 41, 52, 41's making a little bit of headway. 82 and 52 almost making a little bit of contact there. And 82 came on down, just did not realize maybe that the 41 was still down there as you hear the 41's motor blow. Very, very unfortunate. Oh, Ow. Got plugged one more time. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so Ed Robertson leading. He's going to definitely come on down pit road. This is a huge break for him because everybody that had not yet pit is going to go ahead and follow him. So that also is going to trap a few people a lap down, but I have a feeling most will probably go ahead and take the wave around. The 25 of Justin Bird, I'm sorry, the 51 rather, of Justin Burden. He was the first one affected. As you see, the 64 shoot past his pit just a little bit. That's definitely going to go ahead and cost him some time. And more than likely the lead leaving pit road as well. All right. So looks like Mike Allen, he's back here in 29. He's on pit road as well. Let's see who wins the race off of pit road. Looks like it's going to be Zach Meredith. Billy Meredith in Pizza and Wings podcast, number 17 Chevrolet. All right, so what do you say we see if we can't dial up 17 and go from there? I'm pretty sure I know right where to find him. Yep, down there in Team CCR, so we'll go ahead and bring him on up right quick and see what driver 17 feels about his chances for this evening. Definitely looks to be pretty fast so far. Zach, Billy Meredith, it's repeat up in the booth, buddy. Got a quick copy in that 17 machine.
What's up, buddy?
All right, bud. Well, you got the lead, so you were just in a whole bunch of dirty air. How do you feel your truck is going to differ now that it's going to be completely clean air? You got the 24 of Cole Snyder. He's going to restart to your side. How's that 17 going to handle from here on out?
I think it's going to handle fine. I mean, when I was hanging in behind the main pack, I was a good about second back, so I had a decent amount of clean air. But once I started changing my line, instead of running the bottom, I went to the top, and it seemed like it just stuck better on the high side, and I was able to catch the main pack. Hopefully, clean air will. It's been a while since I've been in a truck leading, so hopefully it just does what it did while I was in traffic, and hopefully I don't burn any of these tires off because it got kind of tight towards the end.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask you about that. The tires, it seemed like most people started coming in right around lap 37, 38. Is that pretty much the extent of the good on the tires, or could you go a little bit further if you had to?
I would say the best tires were probably the first 20 laps. After that, you kind of have to play with it a little bit. I will say the outside's probably going to be the best lane. I mean, I was saving my tires in the bottom lane a little bit to start the run. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to really do that from being the leader, but we'll see.
All right, Zach. Well, definitely wish you well. That Pizza and Wings podcast, orange number 17, looking pretty good, I gotta say. Cole Snyder's going to be to your outside. It looks like you might be taking the high side, so maybe to your inside. Wish you all the luck in the world.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it. All right, we'll go ahead and get Zach Meredith back on down with Team CCR. As always, we wish the pilot of this number 17 machine all the luck in the world. That's a nice looking truck. And, yeah, let's get him back on down. So Team CCR is where he belongs, right along with, I just had a moment ago, Chase McGuire, Cole Snyder, Dylan Chappell, John Hughes, Josh P. Arnold, old J-Pie himself, Nate Lehman, and Tyler Brynock. All right. So going through turns 3 and 4, as you can see, they are back double file. Let's go ahead and get ready. Let's bring it on back to the starter cam. Barnes going to go ahead and put the yellow flag away, bring out the green. As you can see on there on the track map, the rest of the field coming off turns 3 and 4. Green flag completely obstructing that view. But let's get ready to go.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. Sabre Rose out there in the land of YouTube says, how so exciting, excuse me. I couldn't agree more. So 17 up high, wide, and handsome, going through turns 1 and 2. He's got Chase McGuire, the 64 of Ed Robertson. Cole Snyder now to his inside. Are they going to take it 3 wide? No, they're not. 17 is going to pull right back up in front of the 79 of Chase. The 64 on the bottom, 14 of Nate Lehman. Sitting right now, P number 5. He's up 5 spots. Dylan Chappell Sr. down 2 spots. He's down there on the apron in that number 99. Again, off into turns 1 and 2. This time 17 throws it low. 24 up high. Those two teammates going to battle it out just a little bit. But it looks like the 17 is going to go ahead and take the lead outright one more time. '24 is going to go ahead and lead that lap. He went all the way down to the apron after getting a great run off the corner. 17 right now looks like he's almost content right there with the 24 to his outside, not really washing up too much. 64 of Ed Robertson, he's got the back end of that number 17 right in his view. 79 up high, so right back side by side, first through fourth. Nate Lehman again sitting P number 5. Behind him, Josh Arnold in that double deuce. Good to see Josh Arnold up here. How about this? Up 26 spots goes Josh. Good to see him up here in the front, making some big moves all the way through. That Pennzoil double deuce, always very, very strong. Very, very crowded. Everybody washes up to the top side off of the corners. Look at these guys. This is just a big old hornet's nest. Again, into turn number 1, starting lap number 48 here from Kansas with the NAV 120, the Network Alliance for Veterans 120 live from Kansas Motor Speedway. Again, I am repeat. This is the turnout for what iRacing Truck Series. And what a race this has been so far. 2 quick cautions has been in the first almost 50 laps. First caution was, they said, just very much a racing deal. Second caution, somebody might have had some spotter issues and completely, cleaned out another truck's clock. But again, leaders side by side. The 64 of Ed Robertson. He's got lane choice, whether he wants to go high or low. Now the double deuce of Josh Arnold, going to give him a little bit of a tap in the backside, pushing that 64 back down into turns 3 and 4, and a whole party up front. Let's drop back just a little bit. Jordan Anderson in this number 30 Silverado. He's got the tail end of this front pack. Behind him is going to be John Osborne in that T-Mobile number 81 machine. And if we look back from that truck, I mean, yeah, this is what he's seeing. The one and only Jeff No, Old Stout Whiskey, and what he sees from behind in his TJ's Team Foundation, morethanacave.org. Also part of Eon's Motorsports, right along with Stan Carnathan and Mike York and a whole bunch of others. Here for Eon's Motorsports is going to be Brad Rivers and Mike LeBlanc. So big shout out to the one and only Jeff No and everything that he does in all the different series that he races in and takes part of, going all the way back to console days. All right, so now Cole Snyder in that 24. He's got a little bit of a challenge from the boss man. That's right, talking about J-Pie in that double deuce, waving back and forth. They're going to take it 3 wide for the lead. Josh Arnold up high. Does he have the run room? No, he doesn't. 24, Cole Snyder comes on up to block. Zach Meredith on the bottom getting a big shove from the 64. Going to pull right back to the inside of that double deuce. Again, side by side, 79 and Chase McGuire. He's going to turn that double wide into a 3 wide party. Back double again off the corner. Across the start stripe, working lap 53 of 120. Ladies and gents, if you haven't already, please go on over, smash that follow button, hit the subscribe if you can. It is absolutely appreciated. What a great night this has been so far. After a couple-week break, due to just a bit of vacation, then of course the Coke 600 ran last week. A lot of the guys here from the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series was actually at the other race in Charlotte. Got to see a couple guys. Actually got to meet a whole bunch of people that I've known for years and years, but never actually met in person. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to meet up with J-Pie and a bunch of his buddies. But how about J-Pie coming on up there, grabbing the lead? J-Pie's going to come across the start stripe, lead that one if he didn't lead the one before that, and grab a point for himself. I tell you, Josh Arnold's a very, very dangerous person when he gets into that lead. He loves the feeling of clean air on the nose of his Ford F-150, and he's very, very good at Kansas Motor Speedway. I imagine we'll see a lot of this double deuce leading some laps as the night rolls on. In fact, right now, it's an all CCR top three. Josh Arnold, Cole Snyder, and Nate Lehman for the top three. Dylan Chapman Sr. is going to be in P4. And, turning some fast laps. Let's actually go ahead and show you some of these laps here real quick. Again, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Cole Snyder, Josh Arnold, and Nate Lehman. Right now, Cole Snyder's been faster 3 of the last 5 laps. Nate Lehman, 2 of the last 5 laps. Josh Arnold kind of right there in the mix as well. Let's go back a little bit further. Dylan Chapel, faster 2 of the last 5 laps. We already covered Nate Lehman. Zach, Billy Meredith. Chase McGuire's been faster of those 3. The 2 of the last 5. Meredith captured 1 of those. So we can actually break this down all the way to, who's been faster lap after lap as we're starting to see this field get very spread out with the double deuce. Again, Josh Arnold leading the way. Look at this number 30, Jordan Anderson. He's up 11 spots right now in his Silverado. And has been making some decent moves. I've been watching him climb the scoring pylon, and so far, pretty good for that Silverado. Again, up 11 spots as he just got by Ed Robertson. Behind Ed Robertson, you've got John Osborne in this number 81 T-Mobile machine. And then Jeff No, so far having a great race, sitting P11. John Doc Holliday, though, how about him? Right behind these guys, doing all right also, sitting 12th with Charlie Mosley Jr. in P13. Mike Allen into 29 with the 25 of Andrew Chapman. Andrew Chapman was up front leading some laps, but when he pit on lap 39, he had to go ahead and take the wave around and unfortunately put him in the back. Andrew Chapman, he was also very, very fast as well. Dale Rapp in that 52 has got the 53 of Jared Duda pushing him. The Dudas were up front. They were battling side by side the first few laps. Now here they are mired back in P18 and P19 as the 53 takes it way low. 87 backs out, doesn't want any part of that 3 wide. That's going to be Doug King with Dale Rapp to his outside. Dale's going to take the high line, maybe give that 53 a little bit of a push all the way down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Zach Gruber in this number 20 right now sitting P20, and he's up 4 spots. So Zach making some moves also. Davey Weaver in that 28 right behind him. How about Mike Papa Bear Campbell? You would have thought I heard a little bit of excitement there. I guess not. But yeah, how about Mike Papa Bear Campbell bringing out the Team Nigu as well as the Network Alliance for Veterans Colors on or adorning the entire truck for this number 71. Mike right now, he's up 12 spots, sitting 22nd, battling it out with the 20 as both him and Zach Gruber try to push on. He's got the 19 of Byron Jones just behind him. Byron trying to shove this number 71 now all the way down the backstretch, heading into turns 3 and 4. And as we look on from Byron Jones, as he actually went up, there he is, from Byron Jones. Coming off the turn 4, down or across the front stretch to start lap 64. Sarah Rose says, let's go. Absolutely. Sarah, who are you out here rooting on? Gotta know. How about Byron Jones right now? He's showing to be the fastest of those trucks around him, 5 of the last 5 laps. So he's got Mike Campbell Jr., old Pop Bear, sitting 20th, as well as Dale Rapp right behind. He was just fastest 5 of the last 5 laps, as he's going to go ahead and pull to the outside of Mike Campbell. Justin Burden back here in this number 51. He's got one down low just in front of him. Again, the 20 of Zach Gruber. He's going to have Evan Knopp in the 63 right up his tailgate. Says, hard to say, may the best win. Well, all right. Well, if you don't have a favorite out there and you're just here rooting these guys on, I definitely appreciate it. Welcome aboard. Tyler Brynock back here in the mix, as well as John Hughes and Claire Murphy. Actually, it looks like Brad Rivers back here in this number 15. He's down low right underneath the 87. Going to be able to hold it off him, and hopefully going to be able to hold it off the wall. Oh, just as I say that, the 87 puts it flat into the wall, but it looks like so far no caution. He's going to drop back a bunch of spots, but didn't make contact with anybody else, so we're going to stay green. Working lap 68 of 120. Again, this is the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. I am repeat. This is Kansas. How about the one and only Broom Broom Broman out there says, what if you're my favorite? Well, that's a lie. I am Maury Povich, and I'm telling you that that's a lie. Anyhow, let's get back up front. Got to keep up with what's going on up here. The double deuce of Josh Arnold, old J-Pie himself, leading the way in his Ford F-150. Cole Snyder right behind Nate Lane. So again, right now it is a all CCR top 3. The 99 of Dylan Chappell Sr. sitting 4th, right where he started, with Zach Billy Meredith in that Pizza and Wings podcast number 17, who led after that pit stop for a few laps. Going to be Chase McGuire right behind him. Kenny Lind, Jordan Anderson, Ed McMuffin Robertson, and Jeff No, Old Stout Whiskey to round out the top 10. How about Old Stout back here with the 81 of John Osborne filling up his rearview mirror. John Doc Holliday just a couple more spots back in this number 46. Looking ahead from his Toyota, you see the rest of the field, and as you can tell, kind of mixed lines in a spot or two. Some high, some low, some choosing to come on down pit road. So everybody that pit on lap 39 now coming down, or some that pit on lap 39 choosing to come on down pit road. That's going to hand the lead over to Cole Snyder from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, 14 right behind. And again, Dylan Chappell Sr. just a few spots back. Vroom Vroom Roman, old HD Motorsports from back in the day, the guy that actually gave me a shot to get into the booth with him, and I stuck with it ever since. He's too shy and bashful to get into a booth anymore. Yeah, he treats himself like the redheaded stepchild that he is. All right, with some people coming on down pit roads, okay, I can't talk tonight. Definitely helping Jeff No and his TJ's team #1, and he's making some spots up. Looking at this stout racing, I'm kind of liking that. Very, very nice looking scheme for Jeff No. Ed Robertson up here in his Moza Racing #64. A couple friends from back in the day working their way through the console leagues and into iRacing. 57 of Kenny Lynn going to come on down across the front bumper of that #64. 64 is going to go ahead and take it low. 57 way up high, keeping it off the wall though, and able to push on. Kenny Lind up 12 spots. Last lap is a 32.545. Best lap is a 30.8. So just about a 2-second gap in lap times between lap 1 through 3, where you're really the fastest, versus about lap 39, lap 40, when the tires are absolutely beat, and you're really, really hoping that you'll be able to go on down pit road without getting caught grabbing tires when that occasional yellow should fly. All right, so now Nate Lehman, he's got the lead in his AMSOIL #14. Right now up 9 spots for Cold Dog Racing. Fastest lap is the 30.9. Last lap 32.5. So you can imagine he'll come on down pit road very soon. Everybody else everybody else immediately behind him also came down pit road on lap 39. Looks like the first one on the freshest tires is going to be Josh Arnold right now, sitting P17. He came down pit road on lap 70. So he's going to be, he's kind of feeling like Superman right now with some of the fastest laps, waiting to see what kind of lap time he puts down right here as he comes across the start stripe. His last lap was a 31.4. His fastest lap was a 30.9. But overall, up 19 spots, as many, many more are now on pit road. Let's go ahead and show that to you. All right, so Ed Robertson's on pit road, so is John Osborne, so is Jeff No, and Mike Pop Bear Campbell, and they're all on pit road, but it could be at the right time. So I'm pretty sure they were all across that marker before the yellow flew, but this is going to be interesting to see who inherits the lead. It should be this guy right here. So the one and only Josh Arnold going to lead that double deuce across the start stripe. Some are going to be caught a lap down. Others, they're going to be able to take the wave around on some of the freshest tires. Josh Arnold's on pit road 8 laps ago, so I doubt he'll come on down pit road. Pretty sure he's going to stay out. Well, let's see if we can find out what caused this caution, and we'll play it back through. Looks like Nate Lehman is going to have something to say about this. Is it going to be an issue coming on to pit road? Let's find out. Let's play this out. Kind of blinking out a little bit. All right, so leaving his pit box, there you see the 99 and a few others clearing pit road. And does he get loose? Yes, he does. He hits a little bit of a bump and goes quarter way around. Doesn't actually go all the way around, but iRacing, for some reason, usually if they're off track, if they're down on the apron, the caution won't fly. But this time, it decided to come on out. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. Definitely a very, very strange caution. All right, so it actually says that Ed Robertson, he did pit on lap 70. He's going to be the man on point. So let's see if we can't pull Ed Robertson on up to the booth here right quick and see how he feels about his Moza number 64 and all the clean air that he's got now. Ed, it's Repeat up in the booth, but you got a quick copy in that 6.4.
10-4.
All right, bud. Well, here you are, not having to battle for the lead. You've got it outright. You're going to have Josh Arnold to your inside or outside, depending on which line you choose. How do you anticipate this truck is going to feel now? You'll have mostly clean air on the nose of that Toyota TRD machine.
Oh, clean air is gold. You know this.
Yes.
These things are cinder blocks when they're in dirty air. They don't want to turn. They're big, heavy, hunky, just cinder blocks. So I'm hoping to take the inside here and just keep it low and tight. I'll be honest. After we get going, I'm worried about the high side. That's the spot to be to make passes. And I know there's a couple teammates up here that worked together last time. I don't want to say they kind of ganged up on me a little bit, but all I saw was pizza and wings on every rear bumper of all the cars in front of me. But it should be fun, though. I'm looking forward to it. It's a slugfest out here up front. It's been super clean, super fun so far, so I'm looking forward to it.
We got 40 laps to go. This is going to be right on the cusp of making it on tires. I'm pretty sure you can make it on fuel, if I'm not mistaken. Do you think you can save a little bit to really have the best of the best, I guess you could say, on those tires? Really try to charge for another checkers here in the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series.
You know, I'll be honest, these last two long runs, I've absolutely felt great. I was starting to reel guys in near the end there. I am showing I am 5 laps short. It looks like it's 2 or 3 gallons short here. So even if I were to kind of top off here, we'd still be short. So I'm either banking on at least a yellow or hopefully get a crazy splash green flag pit stop going.
All right, but well, I'll get you back on down with the rest of your team. Good luck as always. Keep the shiny side up. And maybe we'll be talking to you again a little bit later on for a nice podium or maybe another checkers.
Thank you very much.
You got it. All right, one more time. Driver, the number 64 Toyota TRD machine. He was last week's spotlight driver here in the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. Darlington and the old Atlanta are his favorites. They are going back double wide, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to roll. He actually just dropped himself back down into a channel. So I definitely appreciate you, Ed. Good luck. Go get him yet again. All righty. Oh, he's going to pass the pace car. I'm going to guess maybe Harry Hyde just told him to go ahead and do that. Or is he actually? No, it'd be too late to get a lap back. I'm not quite sure what he's doing here. Or something else going on. Something going on with.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace
Something
car.
happened with iRacing?
This time we are not going green.
Not 100% sure what's going on right now. They all passed the truck. Maybe had to get back on the right lap or something. Not 100% sure. Definitely very odd to see. All right, lights on the pace truck are out. There you see him making its way through the field here. So it's gonna gather everybody back up. There they go. Get back double file, I would imagine. Again, big thank you to the Network Alliance for Veterans, the one sole sponsor for the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. Ladies and gents, if you are a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, whatever it might be, if you are recently departed from one of those services and you need help, please reach out to Lieutenant Colonel Cecil Ross at CF as in Frank Ross Nav, NAV, and hit him up with any kind of questions or concerns you may have. He's always there, day or night, at cfrossnav at yahoo.com. We're back, Green Flag Racing. Let's go. Very, very spread out restart. Something tells me that wasn't 100% orchestrated, but very spread out. I mean, as you can see, usually on that track map for turns 1 and 2, they are all side by side. But right now, the 64 of Ed Robertson has a very, very clear advantage over the one of Jeff No. Stout Whiskey, Stout Racing right now sitting P2. John Osborne in that T-Mobile machine right now sitting P3. Zach Meredith and Dylan Chapel Sr., Jordan Anderson, Chase McGuire, Jared and Jim Duda right now to round out the top 10. Those Dudas, they were very, very fast earlier, and I would imagine that they're going to be able to work their way back on up into the top 10. They might need a little bit of help, but like Ed Robertson was just saying, he was showing 3 laps short on fuel. So is he banking on another caution to come out? Or is he going to be able to maybe stretch it a little bit? If he's trying to stretch it, does the one of Jeff No capitalize on that? Go on up there, grab a lap and a point for himself, and try to take the lead. Under 40 laps to go, working lap 86 of 120 of the NAV 120 here from Kansas Motor Speedway. Again, this is the turn down for what iRacing Truck Series. 45 truckers attempted to make the race this evening, but unfortunately Anthony Lane and Jake Millsap unable to qualify for the race. They would have started 44th and 45th respectively, but again, very, very hard to make a field or make the field with a bunch of very fast truckers here in this this fully sponsored series from NAV. Couple of buddies, first and second, a little bit of pushing and shoving going on across the start stripe to start lap 88, going into turns 1 and 2. That TJ's team number 1 for Jeff No. He's really all over the back end of that Toyota. Here is the view from Jeff No's roof cam. And yeah, just basically staying right there in the tire tracks of the 64. Letting the 64 maybe pull him around a little bit, maybe maybe able to save just a little bit of gas. I don't really hear him crack the throttle all that much, but definitely staying right there in the 64's tire tracks. Looking back from Jeff No, you see the 24 of Cole Snyder out of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, and his Ford F-150. Cole right now, he's up 3 spots. Jeff No up 24, and Ed Robertson, our current leader, up 14. And if we're looking for somebody that is the biggest mover of the evening, well, ladies and gents, we're on him right now, Jeff No. TJ's team and Nigu both very, very big charities, I guess you could say, for children with cancer. Team Nigu, Team Never Ever Give Up, encouraging kids fighting cancer to stay as strong as possible in their fight against childhood issues. Also, TJ's team headed up by the father of a little boy that unfortunately lost his life to cancer as well. Again, very, very, very unfortunate. Nobody ever wants to see anybody suffer from cancer, but especially children. All right, so over the last few years, it's been all about Sophia the Fierce. Now we're all about young Willow, a young 3-year-old little girl who's fighting sickness, it seems like, every single week. And what's even what's worse is one of her caregivers, Joe Penley, a guy very much involved here in this series. He also came down with cancer. So that family is absolutely reeling from sickness, and of course everybody here in the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series, Team Nigu, Nav as well. You know, I mean, nobody likes to hear anything about children being sick. So I'm sure that kind of pulls on some heartstrings with everybody that's out there. All right. Coming up to 25 laps to go next time by. Still Ed Robertson leading. Jeff No right up his trumpet. Chase McGuire sitting third. Cole Snyder fourth. Dylan Chappell Sr. back here in fourth in that 99. Jared Duda working his way through back up to sixth. Zach Meredith, seventh. John Osborne in eighth. Jordan Anderson in ninth. And Evan Knopp back here in the 63 running P9. Byron Jones started this race 11th, right now sitting in P11. So he's showing that his practice speeds as well as his qualifying times and everything else is very much right on par. Been able to pretty much hold serve. He was up a little bit higher in the running order earlier in the race, but kind of falling back. Again, if you need any kind of paint done, whether it's for a truck, Xfinity Cup, Pro Lights, F1, Indy, whatever it might be, make sure you reach out to to Jones P&D, Jones P&D on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and that guy will definitely make you a great looking scheme and help you out in your next race. In fact, there's a guy out here who I believe is running a scheme that Jones Paint Design just made. Is it John? Nope, it's not the 31. Nope, it's not Doug King. I forget who it is right now. Mike. Nope, it's not one of those guys. It's not John. Nope, not him. I forget who it is right now, but there's actually a guy out here running a paint scheme from Jones P&D through Byron Jones. Challenge for the lead. Jeff No's going to go ahead and take it all the way to the basement and try to get this lead from the 64 of Ed Robertson. Right now, it's still showing Ed in the lead. They came across the start stripe. That was definitely a drag race all the way off of 4. 79 of Chase McGuire applying a little bit of pressure to that 6-4. Jeff No down on the bottom. You see the 24, so Jeff No's going to lose key number 2 to that 79. 79 is going to go ahead and stay up high. Hopefully get a little bit of momentum up and off the corner. Let's see if we can't show you some fast laps here. McGuire, he shows to be fastest 4 of the last 5 laps. So he's got that high line momentum really working for him. And right now challenging for the lead from the 64 of Ed Robertson. Jeff No just wondering which line is going to work. Drag race for the lead. If you've been here all race through either Twitch or YouTube, again, big thank you to everybody that's out there. Go on over. Don't forget, smash that subscribe, hit the follow, do what you got to do. Just make sure you leave notifications on. That way you know every time I'm live here with the Turndown for What iRacing Truck Series every Sunday night. But don't forget, also on Mondays, I'm with the one and only Eliza Bethel, or better known as Frozen Toast 24, right around 8:17 Eastern, when the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series goes back live tomorrow evening. We're winding down here with less than 20 laps to go. Ed Robertson said he was going to be 3 laps short on fuel. Is he trying to save a little bit here by going back to the bottom side, allowing the 79 to stay to his outside? 24 and the 1, now nose to tail, right along with the 53. Jared Duda working his way back through after leading laps earlier. And I mentioned it earlier, he was probably going to, whoa, almost a little bit of contact between him and the 24. Everybody comes on down all the way to the apron, all the way to the grass line, matter of fact. But that 53 absolutely applying some pressure, keeping that 24 pinned up against the wall. That way he can't open up the wheel too much and really has to scrub just a little bit of speed. These guys doing a little bit of beating and banging. You got the 99 of Dylan Chappell Sr. right behind. So 53 able to take that spot from the 2-4. First, second, third, nose to tail, all the way down on the apron. 24 is going to throw it underneath the 53. Dylan Chappell Sr. wondering what's going to go on between these two. Now the 24 has the low line. Does he return the favor and pinch the 53 up? Yes, he does. 53 right up by the wall. 99 going to give a little bit of a shove. Now the 99, 24, they're going to be side by side. 81 of John Osborne and the 17 of Zach Billy Meredith. They're nose to tail with Jordan. Nope, that's not going to be Jordan Anderson. You have looks like both Cole Snyder and Jordan Anderson coming on down pit road. That's what threw me off there for a moment. But I mentioned John Osborne, Evan Knopp in that 63, and Jim Duda also back here, P9, and then Justin Burden in that 51, sitting P10. Ed Robertson said he was short on fuel. Said he was showing to be about 3 laps short on fuel. Does he come on down? Did the 24, did the 79, Chase McGuire, Mike Pompey, Campbell, and others just now coming on down pit road? I would imagine for 4 tires and fuel to make sure that they've got the best possible chance to guide them through the end of this race. 15 coming to 14 laps remaining. When will Ed Robertson pit? Does the one of Jeff No go on down pit road with him? John Osborne in the 81, he hit pit road. Let's actually see what John Osborne does. Does he take just fuel, or does he take at least rights, or what's he doing here in this T-Mobile 81? Looks like right side's going up. Do the lefts as well? Yep. So 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods for the 81, and just a splash, enough for him to make it to the end. Meanwhile, the 64 is going to come across the start stripe, put that 81 a lap down, and I'm sure that the 81 won't be the only one. You can actually keep up with who's on the lead lap and who's a lap down on your scoring pylon. Right now, obviously, everybody inside the top 10 is on the lead lap, scrolling all the way through to Millsap and Lane, the 2 drivers that did not make the race this evening. But right now, everybody from 13th on back, which is Andrew Chapman in the 25, is 1 lap down. Stan the Racer says, here comes the 63. You're not wrong, Stan. Here is Evan Knopp, and he is absolutely turning some pretty fast laps. Faster 4 of the last 5 laps than both Dylan Chappell and the car in 6th place for Jim Duda. So yeah, that 63 making some hay. Big welcome to Stan Carnathan, one of the main owners of Eon Motorsports, rooting on the 63. As Jeff No, he went ahead and came down pit road. So did Jim Duda. as well as a couple others now. Looks like Claire Murphy's going to come on down pit road. So many others now grabbing whatever they feel they need to do, whether it's just rights and top it off, or 4 and top it off. Looks like the 12's gonna, I'm sorry, the 2 rather, is gonna take at least right sides. Ed Robertson still out there leading. You're not missing anything there. Jeff No, again, he's leaving his pit stop, coming off of pit road. Charlie Mosley Jr. now is going to go ahead and make a stop in his Valvoline number 89. Ed Robertson still leading. Now looks like Jared Duda in the 53. He's going to go ahead and take over P2. Dylan Chappell Sr. P3. Evan Knopp, who did last come on down pit road on lap 79. So he's going to have to make a stop also. If I'm Evan, knowing that I've got as fast of a truck as he showed earlier, I probably would have come down a bit earlier to see what he was able to make up. But so far, it's, still staying out. The 53 of Jared Duda coming on down on lap number 9. I'm sorry, lap with 9 laps to go. So lap 111 of this NAV 120. Again, the Network Alliance for Veterans, full sponsor of the full season here in the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. Coming down to a close was Ed Robertson pulling our leg about being 3 laps short on fuel. Is he waiting for that caution to fly? What's he waiting on? Does he have enough to make it to the end? We'll have to see. Dylan Chappell Sr. up to P2. Evan Knopp up to P3. Justin Burton P4. Andrew Chapman P number 5. Gap from first to second right now, 1.7 second lead for Ed. Dylan Chappell, Evan Knopp, the top 3. Right now, they would be our podium finishers if it should finish just like this and not change up in the next 7 laps off of turns 1 and 2. Now down the backstretch, 17 of Zach Meredith showing a little bit of muscle underneath the 99 to 63. I don't think he's got those tires left to be able to do the same thing. So he stayed up high, ran as much momentum as he could, keeping that 99 pinched down. Nope, Evan Knopp a little bit further back. But now up high, going to grab some momentum, see if he can't get on by this time. Is he going to make it 3 wide? Does he force the issue? No, he doesn't. He's going to pull all the way down. This tells me that the 63 either is faster than the 99 or he's planning on coming down pit road very, very soon. 99, he's going to come out. Oh, 63! He's spinning it out, making light contact with the wall. And yeah, it is Evan Knopp bringing this caution out. Very, very strange. Let's go ahead and show you this caution. Very, very strange how this transpired. We saw a caution earlier, a truck that spun out on the apron. This time he was sideways, but he didn't go all the way around. But yet, iRacing went ahead and threw the caution anyway. So let's go ahead and play this out. This is going into turns 1 and 2. We saw where he got a great run on the 99. He pulled low. I was thinking that he was going to come on down pit road this time. Did he miss pit road or what happened? 24 Cole Snyder right in his windshield. Oh yeah, he was trying to check up and unfortunately got rear-ended, but he wasn't exactly on the bottom. So let's rewind that just a little bit and we'll play this back. And I'll switch up the camera just a tad also. All right, let's stop that. Let's take a look from his backside and let's play this out. All right, and rewind one more time. Stop, and let's go quarter speed here. So he's got about a lane on the bottom, and yeah, just gets completely plugged. And the 30 goes about his business. And the 63 is going to make slight contact. Jacob Palmer just barely getting by. and making some slight contact with that outside wall. And I don't believe anybody else hit him. Looks like everybody else was able to go about their way. Evan Knopp doing the right thing, holding it still, allowing the rest of the field to go on by. And yeah, that's their caution. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. I know, Stan. I get it. All right, so Chase McGuire was last on pit road, lap 106, so he can go the rest of the distance. Let's see if we can find Chase McGuire. Yep, down there in Team CCR. Let's go ahead and pull him on up as he shows to be our current leader. Chase, it's repeat up in the booth, bud. You got a quick copy in that Pizza and Wings podcast number 79?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Chase. You were down on pit road lap 106. We've got 4 laps to go. We're going to end up with a green-white checker. Can you get it done, sir?
To be honest, I don't know. I was hoping this would go green because my truck is fast. I took 2 tires on my green flag stop, and I was just flying. I tend to choke when it comes to restarts.
Don't we all?
And I just don't know. I just don't know what to do. Worn tires. I only took them with the right sides. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of insider help here, okay? Byron
All
Jones, he's got 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods. He last pit on lap 101. However, Andrew Chapman, Zach Meredith, and Kenny Lind, they all had pit times right about the same as you, right in the high 9-second bracket. You're not going to see 4 tires again until you get to Cole Snyder, Justin Burden, Ed Robertson, Dylan Chappell, and then Evan Knopp to round out the top 10. So I think you got a good shot at a podium. Plus, the leader always has that little bit of an advantage by virtue of being the control truck. So you're going to be the first one on that loud pedal, where Byron Jones, he's going to have to guess where you're hitting that gas. How much of a lead do you think you'll need over some of those guys that have 4 tires?
Oh man, I don't know. Probably at least a second.
All right. Well, you may get something close to that. We'll have to see how much of a lead you get on Byron Jones, Zach Meredith, and Andrew Chapman as far as the top 4 goes. But I definitely wish you a whole lot of luck, sir. I'll get you back on down there with Team CCR. Keep the shiny side up, and maybe we'll be talking to you again here for a podium finish soon.
All right, thank you.
You got it. All right, one more time. Chase McGuire, pilot of this Pizza and Wings podcast number 79. Good-looking truck. We'll see what happens to him here in these next few laps. All right, so again, ladies and gents, it is a green-white checker, which means they take the green flag, they take the white flag, and then we're all said and done. That 19 Jones Paint and Designs PBR Racing machine on the high side. He's got 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods. Have to see if he can get it done. He's got 2 tire stops all the way around him. Can Byron Jones for Jones P&D grab her checkers here? We're about to find out. Pace truck's going to go ahead and pull up. We're going to go back racing.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. All right, so Chase McGuire able to hold off a few, really make him go 3 and 4 wide right behind him. Oh, we got the 24 hard on the outside wall. White flag is up, though, so no caution. Can the 79 hold up the 19 of Byron Jones? 19 really pushing up on the high side. 79 with about a good 2 or 3 truck gap going into turns 3 and 4 for the last time. Byron Jones with the 63 of Evan Knopp, who was who had the last caution that came out. Byron's going to take P2. Evan Knopp's going to be P3. Justin Burden 4th, and Zach Meredith for P number 5. Well, he said he wanted that 1 second gap. He had just about a half second, but the 79 able to get it done. Congratulations to Chase McGuire. Oh boy, Byron's going to come on up, congratulate driver 79, 17, and I'm sure the rest of CCR will be seen here momentarily congratulating that driver on one heck of a restart and getting this race done. All right, let's go ahead and clear the boards and let this 79 have his due. Chase McGuire, it's all yours, sir. Burn him down. Chase gonna give it a rest right there, or is he trying to dial in the brake bias? There we go. It's a smoke show. All right, so 79, Chase McGuire, Byron Jones, and Evan Knopf. We will have them live in the booth here in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and bring up your full finishing order and get ready for our top 3 interviews. All right, ladies and gents, we will be right back. Don't anybody go anywhere. I can't talk tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gents, we are back. Got our top 3 live in the booth. We're going to kick it off with driver 63, who started 5th this evening, brings on up to P number 3 after what was a very doubtful, or what we all thought was going to be a very doubtful positive finish for Evan. Turns it around. Like he was just saying before we came back live, he went through the full gambit of emotions. He was happy, he was sad, happy again, and here he is on the 3rd step of the podium. Evan, you showed a lot of speed very early in this race, and then the first caution came out and trapped a lot of people having to take a wave around behind the trucks that had yet to come on down pit road. What was it like between the dirty air that you had after that first caution versus the clean air that you had in the beginning of the race? And then talk us through this finish, please.
Yeah, that was a very eventful race. One of my most eventful here in Turn Down for What. And we had a little bit of a break a couple weeks here, so I was fired up, wanting to get that lead early. Unfortunately, on a restart, I got tagged in the tailgate there, and it gave me about 25 seconds of optional damage. So not only on the first untimely caution that trapped us a lap down, I kind of was riding in the back hoping for a caution so I could come down and fix my damage. And man, like he said, dirty air, you're super tight in dirty air. If you follow somebody going into the corner, your truck's going to want to wash up and get into that wall. So I mean, it was definitely wild coming through the field like that. That last incident where I was trying to pit and got ran over actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise for me, because I was able to come down and take my last set of tires and fix a little bit of damage and somehow get a podium out of it. I mean, I'll take it. I thought the way the race was going, I thought it was going to be like 25th, 20th. Like it seemed like everything was not going my way tonight until it did at the end.
You came into tonight's race P7 in points. You had Dylan Chappell, Kenny Lynn, Brad Slagle, Jared Duda, Nate Lehman, and Tom Harmon, all behind you. So this is actually going to be a really good points-paying race when it's all said and done. So yeah, tragedy struck, but in the end, like you said, it all got turned around, and here you are, bottom rung of the podium with yet a great points night. Congratulations on that, sir. Where do you see yourself being as I bring up the schedule for our series here? Bear with me 1 second. I'm having a little bit of an issue. It doesn't want to come up. There we go. Okay, so yeah, now bringing it up for everybody else out there. We go to Charlotte next week. Funny enough, I didn't see this until just now for the repeat 135. Oh, well, all right. From Charlotte Motor Speedway. So heading to the Queen City. I love Papa Bear, I tell you. Heading to the Queen City next week. What do you think your chances of maybe back-to-back podium, or maybe in grabbing one or two spots better?
Well, I know there's a lot of people that are fast at Charlotte. I was able to be lucky enough to win that race last season, so I'm going to try to, either do that or Matt Kenseth my way into a championship over here, hopefully, if I just keep getting these top 10s, top 5s. But looking at the schedule, I do like Texas coming up. Bristol Dirt's going to be a lot of fun. Tracks like that. Chicagoland later in the season. Those are the ones that I'm most excited about. Iowa probably be a lot of fun too. Last week, getting the DNF on lap 1, I thought that was gonna put an end to my points hopes, but a couple drivers having bad luck tonight and finishing behind me. Now I'm right back in it. It's funny how that goes week to week like that.
Not kidding. All right, buddy. Anybody, any friends, family, sponsors you want to get out there, sir?
Yes. Shout out to my teammates over at Heel Turn, Kenny, Andrew, and Justin. They had a bit of a roller coaster race there as well, and it was nice to see Justin had a shot there at the end for a win. Shout out to Car Inside on YouTube. He does a great job with my paints. This one I raced tonight was an oldie. The first paint I ever had made, and I think it's a really good job he did on it. And shout out to you, Pete. You and Papa Bear for making a fun league to be a part of, and you with the broadcasting. You do a great job as always, and look forward to checking it out on the stream.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you. And again, congratulations on a P3 evening and yet another good points night for you. All right, moving on up to Byron Jones. Byron, you were restarting P number 2 for that green-white checker. You had 4 tires. I was saying under the break before we came back on, I really thought that this restart was going to be all about you, and just not able to capitalize. Man, one heck of a race for you. You were a little bit further in the back. Overall, you're up. You're up 9 spots right now. So you started 11th. You spent a little bit of time right around 11th, right where you qualified. So it seems like that caution fell right really when you needed it. And here you are on the second step of the podium, sir.
Yeah, thank you. It was a up and down day for me as well, along with Evan. We just kept getting untimely cautions, and once I finally got up there with the top five, I felt strong enough to run with them, and I was up there with them for a while, and decided to do something different, come down and pit tires a little early, and caution came out unfavorably in my way, and it seemed like that a lot tonight. I just couldn't get the position I wanted until the final caution fell, and that's when it all worked out. And from there, I just had to push for all I could. I burnt out my tires trying to run around and gain as much time and as much positions as I can before either someone inevitably pitted or if a caution came out. So that was such a huge advantage for me. And all night, especially coming towards that last run, I knew Chase was going to be really, really fast. It was just all about holding second place is what it came down to for me and what I needed to do to keep that position.
I know you race on triples. When you're starting to the outside or to the inside of somebody such as Chase McGuire, how much of the side of your car can you see? Are you actually able to pull up along Chase and keep him next to you and try to get a little bit better of a try to match him on that hole shot, if you will, or does it not work out like that for you?
No, it does work out really good. I had him lined up side by side, and then as soon as he took off, I was gone too, but my tires spun a little bit, which forced my car to slow up just a tad compared to Chase, just because I ran them really hard. So they just became really, really slick when I took off on the restart, and I had to let out the gas just a tad bit. But yeah, I love the triple monitors when it comes to restarts. You really have a good eye on the leader, no matter which side he ends up on for you.
All right, Byron. Charlotte Motor Speedway, the beast of the Southeast, next week, right in my backyard for now, anyway. How you feeling about next week? Can you maybe do one spot better?
Yeah, honestly, I think I can. I love Charlotte. It's by far one of my favorite tracks. You've seen the amount of times I've come out here, and
Yeah.
I'm always top five in Charlotte. So I feel really, really comfortable. Just got to learn it a little bit more, figure out what the dirty air is going to do to these trucks now that iRacing's starting to progress a lot more. We're starting to get this dirty air lines are starting to change a lot more. So I just got to figure out what suits me, and it's going to be completely different from everybody else. And just got to put my head down and keep working until next Sunday.
All right, Byron. Of course, last but not least, any quick friends, family, sponsors you need to get out there, sir?
Yeah, of course. First, shout out to 213 Somewhere. They have a shirt company that actually has my shirt on there, as well as Jones Paint Designs. You guys may have heard it before, also known as Jones P&D. It's painting. We just refurbished everything, so we redid logos, redone a new Discord for everybody so they can come out and get their paints. And then right now, we do have a referral program. If you guys do referral 5 people towards me, and they tell me that you sent them over to me, I do a little punch out card, and once you hit that 5th person, you do receive a paint free. And then as well as shout out to friends, family watching, and then you, Pete, for putting this on every week. We wouldn't be here without you, man.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you. It's a whole lot of fun. It really is a labor of love, and I love all y'all. Congrats on P2. Moving on up, Chase McGuire in that Pizza Wings podcast number 79, up 6 spots. Chase, one hell of a race. We got a chance to talk just before that green-white checker fired off. You were on 2 tires. Byron Jones was on 4. You're kind of nervous about that. You said you don't normally do well on restarts, maybe getting into your own head just a little bit. Well, bud, that is not at all what happened. Congratulations on this first win here in the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series for this season. And, buddy, walk us through it all, please.
Oh man, I don't know. I was expecting Byron to get a good jump since he had the 4 fresh tires, and I only took the 2 right sides on the last pit stop. I was just afraid of spinning the tires, and listening to what Byron just said, I didn't know that he spun the tires. So I guess that's just how I got the good jump. And my goal was to, if I could get the jump and then have Chapman, who was restarting right behind me, get side by side with Byron, I knew I would more than likely be good for just the remaining 2 laps. And it was nice just seeing them all fight behind me. And by the time Byron got clean air and had no one around him, I knew I had it as long as the tires didn't give up on me.
At one point, they were 5 wide coming across the line for the white flag to come out. And that had to look amazing in your rear view, knowing that they're all 5 wide. They're fighting. Their spotters are going crazy up high and down low. And then we ultimately did see a wreck a little bit further in the back, but the white flag had flown, and you were really able to get that great jump, keep the entire field behind you, and come with this win. You were really applying a lot of pressure to the top 3 before that yellow flew. What was it about those 2 tires that really just seemed to fit that Pizza and Wings podcast Silverado?
I don't know. Just looking at the previous 2 runs, I've noticed that my left sides through a whole fuel run, they just weren't worn down as much. They would still be in that 80 to 85% range. So, and seeing when I did the pit stop, it was about 15 laps to go. I didn't want to lose time, and I just thought, take the right sides, and I'll still be able to go, and I was right. I think it might have also just been where I had my brake bias set. I was able to keep the truck loose, so I was able to dive it in and put it where I wanted on the track.
Well, man, I definitely got to congratulate you on a great win here at Kansas. Next week, like I mentioned to Byron and Evan, we go to Charlotte Motor Speedway. That track, very, very great in 1 and 2 to almost be able to go full throttle. Just got to kind of burp the throttle a little bit, all the way down the backstretch. A little bit more off the throttle in 3 and 4, a track where you absolutely have to watch that right front, but you could also get a little loose off of turn number 4 as well. Chances on going back-to-back, sir?
I think the chances are pretty good as long as I qualify up front like I did this race. I think qualifying up front in turn down for what races is very important. For example, last week, or not last week, but the last race, Rockingham, I qualified mid-pack, and when everyone bunched up on the start of the race, my truck was done before I even started the lap. So I think as long as I start up front at Charlotte, I have a good chance of winning that as well.
All right, Chase. Well, the NAV 120 belongs to you here from the Kansas Motor Speedway. And big thank you again to everybody that's out there, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube. Come on out every week. Make sure you go on over, smash that follow, hit the subscribe if you can. Big thank you to Cecil Ross, Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Army, and everything that he does for disabled veterans through the Network Alliance for Veterans. Again, whether you're a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Space Force, whatever it is, please reach out to Cecil Ross, Lieutenant Colonel Cecil Ross at CF Ross Nav. That's CF Ross Nav, NAV, at yahoo.com. If you are a veteran of any of those services, if you're in the mid-center sections of our country, hit him up if you need any help regarding any kind of service that is available to veterans. If you are, if you're just separated and maybe you need transition assistance, you need to know how to write a resume, you need to know how to get companies to recognize you for your skills as a veteran of our U.S. Armed Forces, hit him up. He will be more than happy to give you any information you need in order to succeed as one of our greats. All right, big thank you to everybody that came out, hung out, was chatting up, keeping me company. And speaking of the man himself, Cecil Ross out there in the land of YouTube says, sorry I missed you guys tonight, that I was busy with the Leon's Heroes Disabled Vet Triathlon. Hope everybody had a great evening. How about that? How about that, Chase? All right, big thank you to you, Cecil. We definitely appreciate you more than you know, especially as a U.S. Air Force veteran of their security forces. Myself, thank you. All right, we will see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel from Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Beast of the Southeast is on tap. We'll see you then. Have a great night.